And we are live. And I'm sorry, it's nothing like coming on the screen and you see a pretty smile greet you. You know what I'm saying? And like I told you, the pictures don't do her justice. How you doing tonight, gorgeous?
I'm doing great.
Oh, no doubt. And how has your weekend been treating you so far?
I would say good. I got a lot of sleep today, which I love because I don't always. So
Mhm.
I think it started with the right way.
And what was the right way?
Just getting lots of sleep and
Yeah.
not having to do anything.
Oh, yeah, true, true. I ain't even going front. Hell, I got a lot of sleep these last 2 days, which is good because I supposed to be, hopefully, keep my fingers crossed, coming out of retirement for one last ride, and
Oh yeah?
yeah. Someone finally got my ass to jump in front of the camera, so I'm gonna be doing a podcasting episode as well as some content trade. And I ain't gonna lie, I
Mm-hmm.
miss being in front of the camera. I miss filming,
Yeah.
period. Creating great stuff and everything, and plus to it for the moment to escape from the world, because that's the beauty of when we film. When we go on set, all we gotta do is just focus on the film. We ain't gotta worry about the bills at home, the kids, and all that good stuff and everything. So for you, we're gonna begin here. How have you enjoyed the adult film industry so far?
Good. I mean, I've been in it for some years now. But I feel like what I like the most about it is it made me feel more confident as
Mm.
a person. And seeing people like appreciate the way I look or my body and stuff like that, especially in a world where there's a lot of like, you know, plastic surgery and stuff like that, which to each their own. But it did make me feel good that people still appreciate
Oh yes, we appreciate that
natural.
natural booty, the natural titties. Uh, what I'm saying? She's all natural, people. Trust me, there's no silicone anywhere. You know what I'm saying? She is what we call POG, a fat ass
Hmm.
white girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the definition of it and everything. And how do you feel to be nominated this year? Congratulations on your.
That that was I thought somebody was joking. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, what is happening? And I'm like, in my head, I'm on nobody's radar. I was like, I'm just a teeny little creator. I'm like, there's so many people out there. I was like, and, I got some dedicated fans. Like, I'm just thinking in my head, I was like, nobody knows who I am. So that was like a weird experience. But really cool to know that my fans love me that much to like, um, do that, and like people were thinking about it. So it was cool. It was really cool. Definitely weird, but cool.
Of a porn star start saying content creator now.
What's that?
Are we gonna start calling ourselves a porn star? Stop using the term content creator.
Honestly, I mean, well, like if people, yeah, because it really is. It's like, and I'm not making content really.
Yeah.
You know, we're
Yeah,
fucking.
cause
So
for what I see when I go down your page, I don't see content creator. I don't see OnlyFans girl. No, I see sex symbol. I see porn star. I see model. You know what I'm saying? And a
I
lot
like
of
that.
times, do you think a lot of these ladies, because they don't want to say porn star, have imposter syndrome?
Maybe I think too because like I think when we think of porn star, like for me, I think of it as like somebody that works for like Brazzers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So but at the same time too, I'm like, well, I am a porn star because I'm filming, I'm making this. So like content creator is more like I feel like Instagram and stuff like that, where,
Yeah.
G-rated stuff.
Yeah, because to me, it's like I'm sitting here seeing her with like some name people, and she's to me. I look at to me what makes a porn star is not everybody gonna get booked by the Brazzers. Not everybody gonna
Hmm.
get booked by North America because let's keep it 100. They have a certain look that they're looking for, and not every
Hmm.
girl gonna fit that. They still have an issue with girls with tats. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, what makes a porn star is the style that you shoot, how you market yourself, and the dicks that you fuck. Meaning that if you have a lot of established talent, if you're fucking a porn star, I think that would make you a porn star. Don't you
Yeah.
think? Period. Oh my goodness. And so, and then you also talked about the confidence because how did it give you more confidence?
um well, again, too, with the beauty standards and the BBLs and
Yeah.
super skinny, and also granted too, I am on a weight loss journey. I've dropped a decent amount of weight, but it made me appreciate my body more. Especially too, growing up in the early 2000s, like super skinny was always in, and I
Yeah,
always
I
had
remember.
curves, so um that always gave me a weird body complex thing. So doing that, and then like full, when you're just fully out there,
Yeah.
like um it definitely, you have really sweet fans that just come in and they just love and worship you. Oh my gosh, my dogs are scratching at my door.
Oh my God, don't feel bad because I have a cat that might want to jump her happy ass on my table and walk off my computer. So don't be surprised, smokers. They
Yeah.
know who Zazie is. So with that being said, people, you know what time it is. It's time to smoke this over. Welcome to the two-time AVN nominated podcast known as the Smokers Lounge. I'm your host, wonderful host, Kavanaugh Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/ porn rap star. Four sponsors to tell you about. We love them. Thank you for staying with us. And I got another one coming soon. As soon as I get the materials, I'll be announcing them as well. First off, one of the hottest mags in the game. We're talking about RockSizzleMagazine.com. Next up, award-winning, award-nominated voiceover with smut, and they even got virtual reality. I'm talking about none other than BlushErotica.com. For you people that love candles, whether you love wax play or you just want a good smell while you getting fucked, I got you covered. The Kinky Candle Company. And for you people that need legal help, go look her up. The link is in the description. The legal beagle, and she's gorgeous. I'm talking about none other than the queen of law herself, Mitchell Ferrari. Also, you can find me 5 days out the week in the mornings at fullswatradio.com, as well as sgpradio.com, as well as skyhawkafterdarktv.com, as well as all outlets that you love listening to podcasts on. Now, as you can see, she's thick like a brick house. She's sexier than a motherfucker. She is a tall. I dare say she's a MILF. She's moving towards legendary status in this business. She is nominated, people. And trust me, the ass knows how to ride a dick. She knows how to suck a dick. And she makes dudes tap out like she was in the UFC. I'm talking about none other than, oh, I forgot. I let them introduce themselves. Tell them who you are, baby.
Oh, I love that intro. I'm McKenna Rae.
Yes, people. Yes, people. So it because it's interesting that with the hot wife, the MILF, the cougar, that and two also in to the I say early 2000s, around 2015, we started to see thicker women. Men
Hmm.
want to see thicker women. They don't want the zero. They don't want the small girl. They want girls like yourself. Period.
Hmm.
So for you walking in, I know you didn't have much comments about your body. Um, how surprised of the reaction that you got?
Like seeing more curvy women or
Or
something.
curvy women and how the fans were reacting to your sexy ass.
Um, I mean, I was glad to see more because honestly, the stick thin just I feel like never looks good. I mean,
Mhm.
if you have that naturally and that's just how your body is, then obviously, that's fine. Um, but I think that we should, just work on like keeping our bodies healthy, and
Mhm.
women too are so beautiful, and it's like we should have curves. That's the best part of us.
Oh yeah.
So I did like seeing more of that. But I guess some of the like the BBLs are a little scary, but
Mhm.
there's some really good ones out there where I'm like,
But it's
damn,
funny
that
because they're getting the BBL to look like you. They get the
which is so
movies to look
strange because
like
I'm like, this has
you.
always been there.
Oh my God. So now let's go back in the time machine. How
Hmm.
did McKenna Rae get into porn?
Sorry, say that again.
I said, how did McKenna Rae get into the porn business?
Oh, good question. Um, so it started with my husband,
Mm.
and it didn't even start with porn. It just started with um him wanting me to be with other people and
Oh, so we
like
a swinger.
kind of, yeah, essentially.
Gateway drug to porn, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
Yep. So that started, and then this was like during 2020-ish or so, maybe
Wow.
2021, and I was kind of seeing like, oh, people are like popping off on OF, like maybe I should do that. And I'm like, what do you think? And because he had started one too, but he was just doing like solo pics and
Mhm.
stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna do that too. Um, but yeah, it all started from him, and here we are. And he's like my manager and stuff
Now,
too. So,
now, let's go a little bit further back. The swinging. What was your thought process when he came up with the idea of y'all fucking other people?
well, at first it was just me doing that,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Are you lying to me right now?" I'm like, "Is this a test? Like, what is happening right now?" Um, and then I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll try." And he's like, "I look, I found you a guy and everything." I'm like, "What's happening?"
Ah!
And I was like, "Okay." And I was so nervous, so nervous. And then it just became natural. And yeah, like he's hooked up with other people too and
Mhm.
stuff, or sometimes we'll like
So when you did
share.
your first hookup, was he around?
No, he was
He wasn't around.
actually gone. So,
Okay.
but I filmed some of it for
I was gonna say
him.
he went back and watched it.
Hmm.
And so when he went back and watched it, and I'm pretty sure you was looking and watching, was you worried that he might get upset? Was you worried he might get jealous? What was your thought process at the time?
Yeah, it kind of was that. And two, I know that he wanted like a full video for him to watch, but it was so hard because again, that's my first time. Like, didn't know how to like film that, and like didn't know what angles to give, what to
Yeah.
do. And I was like, this is weird because I'm in a committed relationship. And so I tried my best. I know that he wasn't quite happy with the video footage that first time, but we obviously got better.
Yeah. Oh no, wait a second. He was probably looking at shit. You did the wrong angle.
Yeah,
He
he
didn't
was
use the
like, I
off
wanted to
camera
see
hand.
more.
But it's funny because you know how many ladies I done talked to that when the guy suggests fucking others or a threesome, that they suggest a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And to me, one, I'm pretty sure you was shocked when he suggested y'all fucking other people, but when he suggested a dude, I knew it really blew your mind.
Oh, yeah.
You
I was
probably
like,
was expecting him to say a girl.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. So now you start. So let's talk about the first. Of course, you did your first time. Then you started, doing it, regular. When did it turn to we're doing porn?
Um, I think like once, I want to say it was probably like the second guy I was with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where I started to feel like more comfortable with it and seeing how much like my husband liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of just became like my thing to
Mm-hmm.
being with men of color. Uh, so
Now, was you now
yeah, I was just
was you
like, you know what?
attracted to
Fuck it,
black
I'll
men
post
before
it.
this? Was you attracted to black men before this?
Oh yeah.
Okay, okay. And
And
hold on,
yeah,
one other
any
question: Is
man
your
of
husband
color,
white or
whatever's the
black?
opposite of me.
Okay, was your husband white or black?
He's white and he's like a quarter Mexican.
Okay, then,
So
okay, then, okay, then, okay. Then.
yeah.
So okay. So
I told him
no,
he's the
because
whitest guy I've ever been with.
no, because what's interesting is when you think of that, the hot wives and the girls that are the queen of spades, and well, not the queen of spades because that's different, but like I said, girls that are doing it interracial, a lot of them, their husbands are white men and they're swingers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So one, not only did you come into the business through swinging, you immediately started doing interracial. You know what I'm saying? To start with, which is hot. It's the king in porn right now. Let's just keep it 100.
Yeah.
So for you, like I said, you said the second shoot. So what did you do differently in the second shoot that you didn't do in the first one?
Um, I had a cuter lingerie set. And I even had like a little tripod thing too. And I like really like I had talked to that guy a little bit longer before meeting, being like, are you comfortable with this? Like, is this good? Um, and that really helped too, that there was like that established
Mm-hmm.
thing. But at that time too, I was just finding people like off Tinder and stuff like that.
Mm.
So now it's a lot easier, much better, and I only, with other content creators because it's
Yeah,
a lot more fun. So,
yeah. So
or
for
sorry, porn
you,
stars.
oh yeah. So for you, okay, at first you started just working with guys off of Tinder. What made you
Mhm.
decide to step it up to get with people that actually do the business?
Um, well, I want to, man, it's been so long. I don't even know what, I think like once I started getting a little bit more following and stuff,
Started getting noticed. Which
yeah,
I'm not surprised. Look at her, people. Go to the page and look at her. I would have noticed it too, but go ahead.
yeah. So, and also too, I was noticing that like some of the guys that I would find off Tinder were getting a little bit too attached.
Ah,
And that's a big no-no, obviously. So, and I think I want to say too, I was like, I remember, um, what Louis Smalls or whatever.
yeah, I know you're
Uh,
talking about. Shout out
yeah,
Louis
he was
Paul.
like one of the big ones, but I like flew him out because I was like, I want to fuck that guy. So,
I wish I could be that fucking lucky. But anyway, now that's what I'm talking about. A woman flying your talent out. Where are y'all at? Is the men
well,
are
it
fucking
doesn't
flying
happen
women out.
often, but
And and for you, of course, because a lot of people don't realize how much work it takes to film it. They think it's
Mhm.
easy. They think you just step on set, we just fuck it. They don't realize the technical side of it. They don't realize the it's fucking a workout, people. It's
It
fucking
is. You'd be
workout.
like, I'd be dripping sweat after.
Yeah, oh yeah. So for you, when did you figure out that working in front of that camera ain't as easy and it's an art to it?
Ooh. I would say once my probably in the last like 2 years or so, I really wanted to get a lot more angles and stuff because I was noticing other people's work
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to have my video quality be better and like make people really feel like they're in it. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
before it was just like, here's the tripod, here's that, it's stationary. And
Mm-hmm.
then it was fine that like got me some, fans and stuff like that. But, then you have to move on and try different things and keep up with what's going on. So,
Oh yeah.
but I was like, I'd be like sitting there, I'm like, oh, we got to pause and then let's move the camera and like, let's switch positions or like, let's get in close on this angle so people can see, and it's a lot of stop and go. And a lot of people never realize that, like my friends and stuff either. So,
Yeah, and then also when you're dealing with someone that's not versed in the industry as a male talent, that's more pressure on him because it takes time to move the camera steady. So he got to stay hard. Then you got to get him back hard. And some of
oh,
these
I
motherfuckers get
know.
turned off. You know, it's
That's
a
why I
lot.
like to work with people that like have an established base
Yeah.
then because I don't have to worry about like fluffing them or anything. I was like, they're ready to go and are comfortable with moving angles. It doesn't make them less aroused. I'm like, that's
Mm.
what I need. Okay. I was like, keep that shit hard. Okay. Like,
Oh yeah.
we're going.
And two, I know you got spoiled when you finally got in front of a cameraman as well, because I was blessed having one at the beginning of my career. And trust
Mhm.
me, having a cameraman makes a difference. How was the adjustment when it came to you having a cameraman versus the tripod?
Um, well, when I could, it would be my husband that would be the cameraman.
Mm.
So that was more fun because then it was like putting a show on for him.
Mm.
Um, but I don't too often have a third party person in there. Honestly, I prefer it. It makes it better because then I don't have to worry about anything. I get to enjoy myself
Mm-hmm.
um, more. But I think it just had been like a few years. And at that point, I'm like, I'm already naked online. Like, who cares if there's somebody in here at that point filming me? I was like, enjoy the show. That's what I thought. So I was like, that's my online stuff. I was like, she's fearless. She's great. She
but
can do that.
but on camera, I take it that you're real shy and introvert.
Yeah. Like I can be extroverted, no problem,
Yeah.
but real me is more like reserved.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Now, because people don't realize how much introverts we are off camera. They think that we're like this all the time. No, we're not. Actually, a
yeah,
lot
I
of
was
it's
like,
homebody.
that girl, she not me. She come out, but it's not me all the time.
Oh, most definitely. So now, when you look for male talent to work with, what do you take into account other than you find them attractive and you want to fuck them? Because your career is now blossoming, you're becoming a bigger name. So thus, as we know, and you also, I know you mentioned Braz, I know you would like to work for companies like that. So
Hmm.
how do you, what process do you go through picking the guys to work with?
Um, I would say again, I look at they don't have to have like a huge fan base or anything, but something established where I can see that they've clearly put in the work. And I know that they're going to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I get a lot of like newer ones that obviously want to like work together and stuff, but I'm like, I just don't know how you're going to fare in front of a camera and stuff like that. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't want it to be a waste of time. But the main thing I go off of though is our conversation. Like, I don't just ever jump in with the person. I want to feel safe with that person because it is such an intimate thing that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely been people I have declined because I just could already tell I didn't like the way our conversation was going. It could have been like ego or they were just rude,
Mm-hmm.
um, weren't understanding boundaries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a good vibe, and there's a lot of times too, that's why I will film with repeat partners because we work really well together. We have good conversation and communication and what we want in our shoots. So
Yeah, because people don't realize how important chemistry is because
yes.
it's extremely important because it makes the scene hot. So someone that you work with on a regular basis, it allows you to develop that chemistry, period. Especially over time in shoots. And even when y'all do more complex shoots that might involve skits and so forth. So for you, um, what's some of the ways that a guy can help a woman when it comes to developing chemistry, in your opinion?
Oh,
I ask
oh
you a
my
question,
gosh, I
don't
don't
I?
even, that's a good question.
See, I asked the
Um,
questions that other podcasts don't want to ask. Let's go there.
yeah. Hmm. I would say, again, I feel like as a woman, the most important thing is just making sure that she feels safe and like the guy's always making sure that she feels comfortable and everything. But also too, I feel like the chemistry comes from like the way that you fuck. So like that's
Yeah.
gonna determine if I want to like work with you again.
Ooh.
Like the last person I just shot with, BBL Whisperer,
Mhm.
he that's my third time filming with him. And
Okay.
he's just so sweet and like kind of soft spoken but
Mhm.
funny. But I love working with him too because the way that he knows how to fuck a woman is just
Mm.
great. Chef's kiss. So
So I'm gonna ask you this. Explain to my smokers what do you mean by the way he fucks, so people can understand.
It's more passionate. It's not like, you know how a lot of times like porn can get kind of like, I don't know, robotic, or like it's
Yeah.
just not believable. Like he's fucking, like he's putting in the work, and then that gets me turned on. So then, you know, that's why I want to keep filming with him. So not just robotic and like, okay, here we go to this position and that position. Like him and I will be switching positions and stuff, but we're laughing and having a good time, and we're like genuinely enjoying having sex with each other too.
Yeah, because so, so basically, because see, I talked about this with a lot of porn stars. Sensual sex has disappeared for a minute, and
Mm-hmm.
to me, that would make porn great. The slow, methodical sex, working around the clothes, kissing. Yes, people
Yes.
kissing. You know, and to me, I used to hate working with girls that don't kiss because it's not realistic. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Because even if you fuck a random, you're going to kiss the random. You know, and 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 to it also when it comes to role play scenes. Excuse me, my throat getting role play scenes. It limits my role play scenes because I can't have you play a wife. I can't have you play this, play that. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
for you, how important is kissing to working with somebody?
Um, if I'm attracted to them, then I'm 100% down for kissing. But then it gets kind of hard if I'm not, because I'm not the best actress, so I don't want it to show on my face.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's different to separate like fucking and stuff like that, because I'm
Yeah.
like, fucking is gonna feel good, so that's not a problem. But I don't know, like the kissing, I'm like, well, if they're hot, then I'm into it. But if I don't know. It probably sounds shallow for saying looks
Oh
take a
no,
part
no,
in it,
no, no,
but
no. Because which means that you have done probably some paid shoots. Am I correct?
yes.
Difference between paid shoots and content trade. They have the choice of who they want to fuck. Paid shoot, they don't. So let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
it. Let's unpack it, shall we? Explain why it's a crapshoot when you do a paid shoot.
Because then you don't even get to like I said, you don't even get to choose. Like you're just getting the money and then that's what you do. That's why I don't like doing that. I like doing sharing content and stuff like that, because when there's a both mutual thing of like we both want to fuck each other,
Yeah.
and that's going to make a good video and we're going to have fun doing it. Where the other, it's like one person's getting what they want, the other person not really. So
Yeah. So with your paid gigs, when you walk in, you see this dude, you be like, your pussy just go completely dry. How do you
essentially.
work? How do you work through it?
um Honestly, I don't have, as long as if like I'm not really paying attention then at that point, and I just let my pussy then get the feeling going, and then she'll get wet just fine. I just kind of have to like, oop, oh, I'm just closing my eyes, having a great time.
Now, how many times have when you walked in, you weren't attracted to the motherfucker, but after he fucked you, you look at him a little different?
There's been a few. I've been lucky. I've been lucky as of late, but then it's hard too with with ones that don't show their face.
Mm.
And you're like, God, I just hope you look good. And then I have to like text and be like, please, can I see what you look like? Because I just like, I'm down to shoot whatever, but I was like, I need to know what you look like, because
I've
that's a big
never
deal.
understood this because even when I got into business, I thought about doing the mask shit, and then the girl that I supposed to be filming with said, "No, if you want me to come to North Carolina, you better not wear no goddamn mask because I want the people to see your fucking face." Period.
Mm-hmm.
And she was one that she shot with Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? That's how I found her. And I never understood why dudes want to cover their face for fucking what? Even if you get seen, you're not gonna have the same reaction that she is. And if you got the business, you ain't gonna have the same hell that she might have.
Mm-hmm.
Period. And I used to hate, I dislike motherfuckers that don't show their face. For what? The girl
It
showing her
makes it
face
hard
before.
then too when you're editing and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm like, shit. If you eating the pussy, that don't look good. It's blurred.
Facts. Facts.
I used to hate girls that blur their face. They want to suck the dick just disappear.
Yeah. Like at that point, why are you even doing it? You know, it's like
I'm saying,
just show.
period. Or they just wear different masks, but you tattooed up, we can tell who you are. And y'all
Mm-hmm.
got distinguished tattoos at that. So I don't know what you wearing the mask for.
Yep.
Oh my God. So so for you, because of your brand, because now we're talking brand, because you're more professional now. Is that now a prerequisite? I don't want you to wear a mask. If you got to wear a mask, I can't shoot you.
Um, it's not really like a problem for me because I'm always respectful of people's their content and their boundaries and stuff too. So if that's
Mhm.
something that makes them feel safe and comfortable, then I'm okay to work with it. I would prefer not that.
Mhm.
But again, too, with such a different kind of like work industry this is,
Right.
I always care about making sure that I feel good and that person feels good too. So,
Now I know it had this happen that someone shot with you with a mask, but then you later see they took the mask off. Does it piss you off?
well, I think at that point I'm like, maybe they're having a sensory overload or something. I don't know. I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna focus on that. I would be dying if I had that on. Like, absolutely do I not want that.
If I was him and you're listening and you took your mask off, you better call Miss Ray the fuck back and get a shoot with your face showing, you bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Do right by this sex ass woman, damn it. Oh my God. So how often do you film to keep up with content? And if you're not able to film boy girl, what other content do you film to keep up with updates?
Um, I try to get at least 2 shoots in a month, and then, like, if I have a longer time, like, say the person's, like, visiting for longer or vice versa, then, try to get a few videos in that one time period, so then, you have some stuff stored up. And then if I don't have that, a lot of the times then too, I just kind of focus on, um, getting, like, really, like, sensual photos on my page and stuff
Mm,
too. That's when I'll have a time then to, like, focus on custom work and
mm,
stuff. So I'll just let my fans know too, like, "Hey, I have a little more downtime. Now's the time to get your like, requests in," because a lot of them have that. Or sometimes
mm.
I'll do a few solo videos here and there, but, I don't know, they don't excite me that much, so I don't do that too often, so
Yeah. So, but no, it seemed to me that you focus on the quality more than the quantity,
Mhm.
and I think that works.
Yes.
That works better for you, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Because
because I
you
think
got
a lot of other people pump out content too fast, and it's a lot, and I
and
wanna
it don't even
focus
look
on.
good or quality at that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then even too, I wanna, like, bring back, like, when I'm like, I don't think this other video got enough love. Like, I'm like, I'm getting a lot of new fans coming in. So I'm like, let me like re-promote that again too. Like, hey, did you guys see this? Because I'm really proud of a lot of my videos as
Mm,
of recently because they do look really good and there's really good chemistry with the people
mm.
that I've been working with. So
Yes, because too. Also, shouts out to what's his name, the BBL Whisperer. See, you know how hard it is to keep a camera from shaking when you hitting the doggy style and you're doing POV.
yeah,
Great camera guy. Great camera work. Shouts out to him.
yes, he's good at
Period.
that.
And I love the way that you suck the dick slowly. You let people see how much you take it in the mouth. To me, when girls do a more sensual dick suck, it shows they enjoy it more versus you just getting face fucked and you look like you in pain.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to be in pain either because I have a terrible gag reflex. So I'm trying to do it in the way that's enjoyable for me.
Oh my God. So now, you say you do customs. So
hmm
of course, what's some of the customs requests that you get?
Um, a lot of them will ask for a sort of like POV wife situation. Like I'm
Mm.
their wife, but I'm telling them that I'm going to go on a date and I'm going to go fuck BBC. And
Oh, you get a
then,
lot of cuck requests.
yes. So
Mm.
it's a lot mostly like that. And then it's just them using like a dildo or something like that. So
Mm. Oh, well, which is understandable, what have you. Because people don't realize how hard it is to shoot a solo. It's hard.
it's
A lot
so
of people think
hard.
it's easy. They think it's easy. No.
No, I'd be having to like pause the camera and then like change it and then like have to like hold it up to make it look like there's a person in front of me. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole production.
Oh yeah, I love the girls that sit there and have the part of the solo that shows no dick in, no dildo in the pussy. She just bounces like she riding the dick. I was like, you know, something. She's very. I like her imagination. To give you the full experience of like you're literally in the room. Because when you ride the dick, you're not looking down, looking at the dick on the pussy. You look at them titties in their face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everything. So when it comes to ideas for your scene, how do you come up with the ideas for your scene? Do you do storytelling with your scenes, or just straight fucking?
I like to switch it because I like doing both. I
Mm.
think it also depends too, like who the person is that I'm working with and their type of content. If I see they do a little bit more scripted stuff, then that's kind of when I'll think of like an idea too situation. But even too with people that I've worked with before, we'll do like one video where it's just fucking, and then the next one we'll come up with like a little skit. Like one
Yeah.
woman I like to work with, I remember we did one where she saw me getting ice out
Mm.
of a machine at a hotel, and then she was like, hey, like you're really hot, do you want to come to my room? I'm like, oh my
Why you
god,
steal my
yeah. And
scene?
then
You must have saw one of my videos, didn't you? You saw one of my videos, didn't you? I did a video just like that.
yeah, and then it's like, oh, we're horny, and then use a dildo, and then knock,
Yeah.
knock, knock. Oh, I heard you, ladies. Like, here comes a guy.
Oh yeah, that the shit I did was, and I give up with it. She getting ice. She's wearing this blue sexy dress, bent over, and I'm walking. And catch me walking. Then I made the camera catch her bent over, and that when I speak to her, and then you know what I'm saying. Then they follow this back to the room. You know what I'm saying.
hmm
So no, see, I feel that when we make porn, especially with story, it should be relatable to the fan. You know what I'm saying? It's
hmm
not wrong with having the cosplay and stuff like that because that places the cosplay people, but also just simple stuff and more than just the Uber, more than
hmm
just the milkman. You know what I'm saying? So for you, how much of you when you come up with scenes, you try to take what is ordinary and make it extraordinary?
Um, well, I like a lot of the times I prefer if I do that, I like to take um scenes that I know that my fans are gonna want, like or
Mhm.
everyday situations where that's like their big thing is they wish they had a wife like me.
Ooh.
So I then try to do that too, where I'm like, and a lot of people do that content where the husband is gone, so I'm inviting a guy over,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna let him know that I'm doing this, or I'm gonna be sneaky about it too. And I try to make sure like my angles look really good with that kind of stuff too. Like again, you're a fly on the wall situation. Like that's how I try to make it better instead of just stationary.
Well, because I
So
like that. You know, so now I know y'all saying it's time for the fun questions, right? Let's go. So, do we do anal?
no,
Ooh. Is there any plan to do anal, or that's completely off the table?
no, never. Not for me. That's so cool that other people do that. Good for them. I love that for them. I cannot.
and see, the thing is, how do you deal with the pressure? Because I know there's pressure for girls to do anal.
Um, honestly, I don't really feel pressure from it only because I know myself really well and um if I started doing that, it would just make me feel really uncomfortable and I'm so hyper aware of my own body and just
Mm.
feelings and things like that. So it would just turn me off. You would read it all over my face. So that's why I always deny it, because I know what I'm going to be like with it. I think that's really great that other women, like, it feels good for them. And,
Mm.
I've tried it before too, like just for fun. But it just
It's not for
not for
everybody.
me. Yeah.
Because I tell females this is even back in the day. Don't do nothing you don't normally do in your normal sex life. Because
Mm-hmm.
don't let the camera be your, how can I put this, breaking of cherry of a certain sexual act.
Yes, I
Because
agree. Because I think if I started doing that, it would be totally out of my. I mean, I've been doing this for years now, and people be like, "Whoa, what's this? Like, what are you doing?" You
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. Because it's kind of like, and two, if you don't like it and don't get off on it, it ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
work.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work. That's why I say like the guys who do gay for pay, you're into men, just be honest. Because ain't no
Mm-hmm.
way in the I don't give a fuck you close your eyes, dude. When you open it, still dude on your dick. You know what I'm saying? But no,
Yeah.
that was one thing I always tell girls. Do what's comfortable for you and what makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
No, period. Now the next question. Are we looking to have done a gangbang?
Yes, but like a small one,
So what's small for you?
like 4.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were gonna say 3.
No, I mean, I'll do that too.
So for you, um, what is the get off for a gangbang for you?
mm, what do you mean exactly?
And like a lot of girls like doing gangbangs because the attention and the chaos,
Ah,
the the pleasing multiple men at the same time. Different reasons. So for you,
I
what's
think
that?
about it the opposite way. I think of it as they're pleasing me.
Ooh,
So that's why I want it. I want them to all be pleasing me. Like, yeah, I'm pleasing them too, but let's focus on me. Like, I want to be the star. And also, I want to get fucked and turned on and all that stuff. So,
ooh, okay, okay. So since we know anal is off the table, are we looking to do DV, double vaginal?
yes, yes.
I like her. Oh my
I've done
god.
that. I've done it in my own private life, and that's all I want. I was telling my husband, I was like, please, can we have that again? I need that.
Okay, then with that being said, you know why? Tell us about the orgasm.
Oh, I'm like, it was so good. I've this happened years ago too, and I still fantasize about it. So I'm
Mm.
like trying to get somebody else. I'm like, how do you feel about having
I'll
another
be
dick?
down to do a double vaginal. I'm not scared of dicks touching. I'm
Well, thank God you're
not
not, but I'm
scared.
like, there's so many people that are.
Yeah, because even to the point where dudes do threesomes, how you gonna do a threesome and the dick don't touch? Especially if you gonna put both dicks in the mouth.
Yeah, I'm like, what's at that point? Like, who cares? Just go right in the hole. So
Oh my god. So now, are we into BDSM? Any of that?
no, not really. I guess like I think most people though, well, like I like to be choked and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I like my ass slapped really hard, but I would say that's probably the extent of it. I do like more like the dominating stuff of it, of like telling me what to do.
Ooh, okay.
But I don't want to be degraded.
Okay.
So,
So basically, if someone does a BDSM, is he's not calling you a bitch, he's not calling you a whore, he might be saying baby,
or like, yeah, he
free.
could say like a slut, but it would be like, who's my good slut, or
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
you my dirty little slut. You gonna be my dirty little
Yes.
whore. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Naughty little girl. See, I'm a dom. I know about these things, people.
Yeah.
Y'all know my pedigree. So for you, because you was a swinger and you're in this, and now it's time to get real. How much you had to adjust your personal sex life to chase this business? Because we know about the testing. We know about how important the testing is and how important it is to continue to make money and continue to work in this business. So we have to be careful about who we fuck outside the business because the test is only as good as the last person you fuck. So how much
Yep.
has your life adjusted sexually on a personal level?
Um, I would just say it kind of makes me realize like how shitty people are, I guess. Because I would be asking for tests from somebody because I'm like, hey, I do this as a job. Like, if you're not clean, then that ain't it, because I don't want anything. It's going to affect my career. So then when somebody would say they're not comfortable getting a test, and I'm like, red flag. And I was like, that's weird too. Why wouldn't you get a test? Like, but I would say mostly just that.
Mhm.
I would say it made like my husband and I sex life really great.
Mhm.
So, which people don't understand, but I was like, that's all right. You don't have to understand. It
Oh,
works
no.
for us.
Oh yeah. And the thing about it also is that um they don't know. We always got the misconception that women in porn can't find love, can't get married. Do you know how many motherfuckers in this business is married? And their husband work behind the camera and their wife work
Yep.
behind the camera? How surprised were you to find so many married people doing this business?
I I would say I don't know, because like he had shown me a lot of that stuff in the beginning when I started doing this. I would say I was more surprised by other people's reactions of
Mm.
finding out either that I'm married or things like that too. I'm like, hey, I'm my husband's favorite porn star. So
Yeah.
I was like, can y'all say that? Just saying.
But see, also, you don't promote yourself as being married. You don't call yourself a hot wife.
Hmm.
You don't call yourself a MILF technically, because from looking at your page, because
Yeah, I'm
usually
not a mom, so.
yeah, with the hot wife and the MILF, they automatically assume they're married because that what comes with it. So for you, why have you not used a hot wife or MILF moniker with your promotion?
Um, I personally am not like, I kind of tried in the beginning with the hot wife stuff, but as I've seen more content come with that name, I'm
Mm.
not really a huge fan of it, I guess.
Mm.
And I feel like my own content doesn't really go with that. So I just didn't want to be like lumped into that group, because I also like most of my stuff is like with black men and things like that. But I'm also trying to like venture out more too. I want to have more sex with women. I want to
Mhm.
have like different guys and
Mhm.
mix it around too. So I didn't want to quite put myself in a box with it. So
Interesting, because the fact that you do work with a lot of black dudes, does it make people automatically typecast you?
yeah, or I've had mean people too about it. Or they'll be like, they would comment about my weight or something like that. And I was like, well, that's not nice. And I was like, can't help that a black guy likes a thick woman. Like,
Damn so do.
geez.
We damn so do. We love them too.
Yeah, but I guess yeah. I mean, sort of, but also at the same time too, like I've been trying to make it more known again, and like doing more stuff with other people that like I don't know. I feel like
No,
they did typecast me at first, but now it's starting to get a little bit more like, oh, we can see she has other interests and she's
yeah,
attracted to other
because a lot of
things.
times what they don't realize is that the reason why a lot of girls work with blacks is because they're the only ones to be hitting them up. You know what I'm saying? No different than when early in my career, I was having a hard time getting skinny girls because they look at my page and see BBWs and thick, and they be like, "Am I your type?" I wouldn't be hitting you
Hmm.
up if you wasn't. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, and to me, um, I think a woman, if she only shoots with black dudes, shortchange herself and keeps herself from going mainstream. Because a lot of the mainstream companies, they don't do interracial as much. They do it, but not as much. Some companies is based off of it,
Hmm.
period. So when you kind of opened up the door to other races to shoot with, how has that worked with your career? And has it opened your career more?
Mm, I would say yes, in the sense of like I've made friends with like people that are more well known in the industry and stuff. And then they've been helping me and stuff too. Like my friend Gabby, she is
Mm-hmm.
such an amazing soul and so sweet, and she's quite well known with her stuff too. But like I've been with her and her fiance, he's
Mm-hmm.
white, so but it's definitely helped to, again, like getting to see different perspectives of shooting, and I think too, like, what can I do to work better for my page, or what can I do more creatively and stuff like that.
Mm, I
Because
like
I'm
that.
also I am an art nerd too, so I like to think about stuff like that.
Ooh, most definitely. So now, of course, she's married. And how do y'all balance the business in your marriage?
Oh,
Because
I
well,
mean,
I take it
sometimes,
I take it is he films also and he puts out content. Am I correct?
yes, sometimes he does. Not very often. He more or less focuses on my stuff because it does bring in
More money,
steady
yeah,
income.
yeah, yeah.
So, but he is deployed at the moment. But when he comes back, yeah, I told him too. I was like, I want us to start doing more videos together because I was like, you have a really good look, and he has good dick too. So, and I was like, I want to start doing more of that, and then we can do more customs for my subs. I want boy girl stuff. But
And that explains why she got so much energy on set it can make dudes tap out. She's dating a military guy. Do you know the energy these dudes got in the bedroom?
they're just living off of nicotine and energy drinks.
I swear, how do you hang? I know you be like, do you ever get tired, with dude? Damn.
They don't. I'm tired.
You still ready to go? Shit. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm tapped out. I'm done.
So, but but um, but see the thing about it is that um also creating a healthy sex life within the marriage because a lot of times when married couples get into this business, they forget about the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because
It's
they
true.
so
I
busy
mean,
making money.
yeah, like I definitely think, like there was a brief moment where our sex life had faltered too, and then I was just focusing on the filming stuff, and then,
Mhm.
um, but then like mental health stuff played in that too as well for both of us. And then once we felt better, then I was like, okay, we need to like be more proactive with this because I'm like, this is an important aspect of our life, even if it's like we're being silly and
Mhm.
it's funny that we're having sex, like we're having sex, you know.
Mhm.
But I was like, I want us to like, you know, want each other and rekindle it. It's not like, let's not just focus on the online content. We got to focus on us too in our
Oh yeah.
partnership.
Oh yeah. Because it because too also how it feels because a lot of girls don't have a husband that's supportive of them in this business. How it feels to have someone that supports you in the business, helps you in the business, and encourages you. And you can
Uh,
come to and talk about the business with. Because a lot of times girls can't even talk about the business with their husband.
mm-hmm. I love it. It's awesome. It's like, it has made it so much easier to have him like help me with all of that. And
Mhm.
just, he's always, going to be my number one supporter, always help find people that like he wants to see me shoot it, but like he wants to make sure that I like and everything. And yeah, like I said, he said I'm his favorite porn star. So that makes me feel awesome when he says that.
No doubt. And damn it, I lost my train of thought. I was looking at her, doing the thing like this. Premium smokers, we'll talk to in a minute about that. Don't worry, because I know y'all like Jesus Christ. I wish she could. I wish she would. Not on this show, people. I'm already dealing with YouTube. Goddamn it, I ain't trying to make YouTube more mad. So for you, um, let's talk about the money aspect because that seems to be the conversation, lady. Money. It's that's all the YouTubers, the ones that don't do porn, want to talk about how much dick she sucks and how much money she makes. But the biggest misconception is that they think walking in they're gonna make a shitload of money.
Yeah,
So please explain to people how this money thing works when it comes to porn. It ain't what they think.
it's not at all. Like, even my own sister thinks that I'm making a fuck ton of money. And I'm like, there are people
Some of
that
them think
can
you
and
rich making
do.
this porn.
Yeah, but also it's like those people that are, are putting out crazy amount of content. They're getting drained. I was like, I make enough that um it's enough like steady for it's been like that to like have our house. I'm able to be home pretty much all the time. I do have a part-time job, but that's just more for me. Like I don't need it. It's just something that I genuinely love to do. So
Oh
but
yeah.
it's not, I think people just think immediately like you throw this out or like you start this site and then you're going to be like rolling in money, and I didn't see a consistent income for like I don't know, the first like 2 years, and even then it was just like very slow.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, cause that's the biggest mistake girls make. And dudes, on the other hand, it ain't about money for them, it's about pussy. But for women, they look at the girls that post how much they make. And they're not
mhm.
realizing it ain't just content that's making them the money. It's the customs, it's the live, it's the different things within that. So how have you expanded your palette when it comes to your brand, when it comes to different ways of making money within the business that doesn't involve content?
I would say most of the time, a lot of my like supplemental stuff from like not just people watching my videos is definitely the customs for sure.
Mhm.
Um, because a lot of people want longer ones and stuff like that, and then a lot of people also really like. A lot of my fans like my dick ratings because I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess a lot of
Why I'm not surprised. Well, then again, she got a fat ass and thick legs. Dick, I'm pretty sure one thing they want to see is her ride a dick. But go ahead.
yeah, so I didn't know that some people, when they will sell a dick rating, they just have pre-recorded stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. And I was like, I look at the people's pictures they send me and I give them an honest review. And
Mhm.
then I give them an option. I was like, do you want me clothed? Do you want me topless? Do you want me full on naked? And each thing is like a different amount of money, obviously. And I was like, how honest do you want? You know, or I'm like, and then if some people want to be humiliated as well, so then that's additional. So,
Mhm.
but
So,
yeah,
what kinks and fetishes are we into?
I feel like it sounds so vanilla, but I just want to be told what to do, honestly.
The submissive. Oh, she was.
Yeah, only in the bedroom, not in real life.
Oh my God, people. I done held this gorgeous, sexy lady up here for an hour, and we ain't even touched the surface. There's a lot we ain't talked about, so you know I got to ask her the $1 million question, smokers. Miss McKenna Rae, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Yeah.
Say no more, people. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and as y'all saw her doing all this, I know the premium smokers screaming. Yes, we're going to bring her to loyal fans to the premium smoke room, people. My premium network on loyal fans. 5 premium podcasts for you to enjoy, special event episodes, and I even go live on X. What happens in the premium smoke room? Simple. The conversation becomes more saucier. The tits come out, dildos might pop out. You don't know what might pop off unless you subscribe. And if you're looking for Triple X, because I am a legend in my own right, you can go over to the video store and see my work as I give ladies the work, because big dicks growing the sticks. That's why they used to call me Big Country. You feel me? And for my Spotify users, I got you covered over there as well. I got a members section that you can buy into over there, where I drop Savage Smoke, where I talk to the industry's top male talents and producers to give you that real smoke about the industry. Had the smoke on it, where I might be talking about politics, I might be talking about culture, I might be talking about porn, and I do a deep dive and give you my unapologetic opinion about things. Yeah, people. Plus over 400 episodes ranging from the Premium Smoke Room, Chronicles of a Spit Queen, and Dirty Talk episodes that are not on Loyal Fans, as well as limited podcast series that I did in the past. So you got a lot to binge watch over there. And for my premium and for my Spotify smokers, if you follow me, go get an account on Loyal Fans. Follow me on Loyal Fans. Send me a DM with a screenshot that you had got a subscription on Spotify. I will give you a free month as well as 80% off of the premium smoke room for life. So guess what? There's 2 subscriptions for under 20 goddamn dollars. Go handle your business, whether it's premium smoke, savage smoke, either way, just get the motherfucking smoke. Now, Miss McKenna Rae, can you please tell everybody where they can spend that money on you, baby?
Oh, on my site?
Yes.
Yes. You know, obviously come visit me on my VIP, McKenna Rae VIP. You get access to everything. It is the best value. And I interact the most with all my fans on there. That's where I'm chatting with all of you guys, and you get more photos and stuff like that. It's a lot better than my other page, too. And then obviously, go check out my X page, too, as well, because I just love all the stuff on there.
Ooh, no doubt. And trust me, she will be back. So, smokers, what did you smoke over? What did you learn today? Well, another lesson in porn stars can find love and get married and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And yes, they're swingers. But see, once again, what y'all seeing is it's a reason why swingers, there's not a high divorce rate in swinging because it's called we know how to have the hard conversations. We know
Mm-hmm.
how to talk to each other. That's something that a lot of you vanilla couples don't know. That's why y'all have so much high divorce rate. 2,
Facts.
also, there are men on this planet that want to watch their woman get fucked. And guess what? It makes them more secure in their marriage than any of you fuckers will ever be. They're not worried about body count. They're not worried about she gonna leave me. They're more worried about when
Mm-hmm.
she come home, I'm gonna reclaim the pussy and watch her get fucked and get turned on. Because the simple fact
Yes.
of that in order to do porn, you have to have a sexual maturity. You feel me? Just like she said, the reason why she like working with established talent because they don't catch feelings on set.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's work. It's professional work.
Yep.
Period. And also understanding what it means to be a sex symbol. Understand what it means to be sexy and being comfortable in your body. See, if you're not comfortable in your body, you're not going to do well in this business because sometimes you will have to go completely butt ass naked. And if you're not comfortable with being butt ass naked, you may not be successful in this business because your fans might want to see you in your full glory, men and women. You feel me? So I hope y'all learned something. If you didn't, need to go back and listen and learn. You feel me? So with that being said, we in these things all day, every damn day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Miss Rae, say goodbye to the smokers.
Oh, goodbye.